lot of airlines going to go out of business here. We're not going to be one of them. I've been on phones here for 9 weeks, and it's now only dawning on us with the amount that we've been sending emails to the wrong address. We can't identify all the screen scrapers for certain. What we've identified is because people have been swamping the call centers, because they're the people who are reading me saying everything's cleared from March. And there's people saying, well, I haven't been refunded. I don't know what this guy's talking about. They're onto the call center. Call center is saying, we sent you emails on this. And that's not my email address. The email address is generated automatically. It's really sophisticated. I mean, I wasn't really aware of how they could do this in that way technically. But while you're booking online with them, they're grabbing a Ryanair flight in real time, say at $19.99. And in some cases, we see them charge $49.99. You input your email address. They flick that email address, generate an automatic one in virtual time, send it to us, which is the wrong email address. They take your credit card, take payment, a virtual credit card, that comes across to us. So now when we're in this car crash of our machine is generating, sending messages back to these email addresses, they're just going into a bin somewhere. They're going into a black hole, right? Because such is the volume, these people can't handle it because they don't have the cash flow to reimburse people. We're on the hook for it because they're ultimately our customers. And the only thing that would unlock this, and we've written to them, the Commission for Aviation Regulation, and they need to do something about this urgently because it's so simple. All that they need to do is to pass that email address, that genuine contact onto us. And the reason it's not passed on to us is because they're overcharging passengers and they don't want you to be in contact with us, right, for their commercial reasons. And now, like if you fly into Madrid airport at the moment, or you're in Madrid and you're coming back on your flight, you normally fly from Terminal 1 with us. Our flights are coming out of Terminal 4 on the other side of the airfield. And if you arrive on time, you're going to miss your flight. We've advised all our passengers by email, please turn up to Terminal 4. It's gone into a bin somewhere. Now, some of them pass them on, but most of them don't. If we want to make it, actually, if the HSE contact us today to identify somebody on a flight, we'll be sending stuff to people that is not the correct contact. Somebody ends up refunding the passengers and we don't identify them, or they have the proper email address. Well, then in some cases, we've already refunded them, but we've now identified that they're doing nothing. They're certainly not going to pay out that volume to online travel agents on the types of money that are floating around here to find out that they don't pass it on. So we're now going to deal direct. It's going to take a bit of time, but I think the lesson is book direct. We would ask the Commission for Aviation Regulation to say, if you are passing yourself off as a travel agent online and you're selling a flight, you must give the contact details. If we had that at least, then in this case, we'd be dealing directly with the passenger. We've refunded the money and they haven't passed it on to the passengers. And some of these are going bust as well. They don't have the cash flow. And we'll be left with that. So we just made a decision yesterday to say, we're not doing this anymore. We're saying to the passenger, you come to us, tell us all the details about your trip, the PNR, the number of the flight, then prove to us who you are, send us in your passport details, and then we'll be able to give that money directly to you. But we're not going to hand it to these people who are then, in some cases, going to charge people for processing a refund. In other cases, have gone bankrupt. In other cases, haven't passed it on. And in a lot of cases, they've no people, it's all virtual.
Fourth option, priority refund. If you need to hurry things along, use our priority service. We'll prioritize your request when contacting the airlines and pass the fully refundable amount from them to you. We have to charge an upfront fee to cover this service. Our estimates are that we will be able to process the priority requests within 6 weeks.
He's now offering people a premium service to pay to get their refund back. Can you imagine if we tried that? So people have booked with Kiwi, and he's saying that if you want to get to, I don't know how they get to the top of the queue with Ryanair. There's no way of getting to the top of the queue. And certainly not from Kiwi, there isn't. And they're going to charge their customers a premium to process the money that they've taken off them. There's a form they can download on the website. They fill out those details, and now at least we've now made contact, like the space station, like we're now in contact with them, and now we can start the process. That's going to take, it's like starting over again. Now, thankfully, it's not a large proportion of our bookings, but like any proportion of, between 25 and 30 million is a lot, and it's going to take a while to get through them. We still have a handful of, odd cases that have to be resolved. March, April, May, and June will be done by the end of July.